What's up, gang? It's your boy Sensei Lit Glove, the bald head black anime nerd, back with my review of One Piece manga chapter 981, Engagement. And I know I wasn't able to do a review of last week's chapter, which was fucking fire, by the way. So I had to come back and do one for this chapter, and this was another fire ass chapter. A lot of people have been, obviously complaining that Oda hasn't been dropping chapters week to week to week. But like I said on my last review, am okay with the fact that this nigga was taking breaks because I knew he was going to give us heat because he had time to think, he had time to give us what the fuck we want. And what is Oda doing? Giving us what the fuck we want, and this shit is fucking lit. Yes, so even coming off of last chapter with Zoro and Luffy getting smacked up by a poo, with Kid smacking the shit out of a poo, like the interaction between Queen finding out that he won't smoke with the Flying Six the same way the Flying Six won't smoke with him. Moving into this chapter, obviously we get the more interaction between Kid and Apu, and this is what the fuck I wanted. Like, I needed that on-site smoke with Kid and Apu. I needed Kid to be on-site on his ass and confront him about that bullshit, and that's exactly what the fuck he did. I love how consistent Kid's character is being in these moments. Like, these are the interactions that we knew we needed to see. Why couldn't I see some shit like this with fucking Sanji and Zoro when he talking about whole cake or something? But nevertheless, that shit was fucking lit. We also get a revelation of how Apu's power works. So essentially, which a lot of people theorize, which was the only thing that really makes sense. His power doesn't work if you can't hear it. Like, you can't get hurt by his power if you can't hear it. The only question that leaves now, for me at least, is how does Haki apply to his devil fruit? How does he apply Haki to his devil fruit? I'm assuming different forms of Haki have a better application with his devil fruit, like observation, probably knowing where people are and knowing how to bounce sound off of different places and shit like that, get to where people can hear it, probably works more than obviously like armament. Like, you know what I mean? Armament probably is really just going on his body. I don't think he can put armament on sound waves, which maybe, but I doubt it. I can see that ability being awakened and being something crazy, but I do like that, they're giving us okay, as long as you plug your ears, you can fight this nigga head up. So they're gonna have to give us some way of showing how he can fight, unless that nigga just gonna get beat the fuck up when niggas can't hear him make boom kashing sounds and shit like that. But I love that interaction. We also got introduced to one of the fucking numbers, Kacha. Funny ass laugh means funny ass name, Kacha or whatever. He's a regular ass giant. I was excited to get introduced to one of the numbers, but I wonder if all of the numbers are giants or if he's just a giant. Like, they all have their different things. Seeing Kid and Killer actually going to war and fighting this shit. Motherfuckers around the area were talking shit about Killer, so we found out that it wasn't necessarily torture that got him to eat the smile. It was more so Orochi saying, hey, if you eat this smile, you'll save your captain. So that makes that moment even deeper. The fact that he ate the smile in hopes of saving Kid from whatever the fuck Kaido had going on. Like, shout out to Killer, bro. He a real nigga. And speaking of Killer, I love the fact that Killer has like a different type of dynamic. I thought his dynamic was going to be similar to Luffy and Zoro's, where they're both kind of like dumbasses, but one's like a badass and the other one's like just a badass dumbass. But no, he's like a sound mind. He's kind of like the law of the Kid crew. Like, we kind of got introduced to that early on, but again, I love the consistency with his character. I love that he's the level-headed guy. He knows all the information he needs to know, and he's still with the smoke. So that entire scene was lit. We obviously got to also see who's who on looking the battle, with a lot of people saying, yo, it's a whole lot of Worst Generation members. We need to beat their ass. We can get our names up. We can do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And who's who basically saying, nah, let other niggas do that. We need to focus on finding Yamato and getting information on Yamato, because once we do that, I get to beat Queen ass, basically, because he heard Queen say in the last chapter, like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm finna have to beat up one of these fucking Flying Six members, but we lit, so let's get to it. So obviously, we now have confirmation that he's more than likely talking about who's who, because who's who wants smoke with him. He say, yeah, that nigga, what that nigga say? He finna beat somebody ass? Bet, me too. Like, fuck is you talking about? You finna give it to that nigga. And I love that this, like, Oda's really setting this up. I'm praying to God with as much inner turmoil and inner conflict that he's really putting in our face, that he actually delivers on a fight like this or something like that. Like, obviously, I don't know if they're gonna actually fight. I could very well see Kid or one of them knocking out Queen, and who's who letting it happen, or who Queen being like kind of like finna get defeated, who's who comes, and then it's like, don't save him or some shit, or finishes him off. I can see that happening, but I really just want to see the 1v1. I really just want to see the 1v1. So I'm excited for that. Another good thing about this chapter is not only was it exciting, it was actually fucking hilarious. Like, it was hilarious. And we move in to the next scene, finding out that basically the army split into two. So instead of them just going all the way around the back, the land army is going to split into two. They're going to go up the front and go around the back. So once the battle starts, they'll be in like kind of a pincer situation. On their way there, they run into a brothel, Black Maria's brothel, which was extremely interesting, but we didn't see her. But the fact that she has a brothel there, I feel like something's gonna play towards that. Obviously, Nami and a couple of the others split off from the group to go look for Momonosuke. So I can very well see them running into Black Maria at some point. But nobody was in the brothel at the time. The scene with fucking Sanji getting dragged to the brothel and then coming out mad because there was no women there was fucking hilarious. And then what really topped it off was the final reveal. I don't even know if it's the final reveal, but like the reveal of Big Mom with like the geisha makeup and shit on her face, and like they all dipped off because they could see, but she like peeked out like, what the hell is going on out here? And fucking Chopper's there just looking at her. Yo, that panel was actually hilarious. So that shit had me weak as fuck. Like, yo, why does she look like that? First of all, she's ugly as shit. Second of all, Chopper's face being scared is hilarious, G. Like, that shit was just fucking funny. And the final parts of the chapter, which was by far the most hypest, like the most hype shit in this chapter, we finally get back to Big Mom's crew, which I have a problem with because how many chapters ago was that? Like, how many days, how many weeks went by with no communication between Big Mom? Like, she literally in this chapter said, oh, they finally got into communication with them, they're on their way. Finally? Bitch, it's been 2 weeks. It's been 3 damn near weeks. Like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Why are you just now getting in contact with your crew? Why are they just now trying to make their way back up the waterfall? Like, after hearing all of this shit that has transpired over the course of 2 weeks. Y'all niggas just been sitting around for 2 weeks. Like, that's kind of bullshit. And I was immediately, when I first saw that they were coming back, I'm like, okay, they're gonna have to give us some type of explanation for why these niggas was gone for 2 weeks. But nope. These niggas climb the waterfall and they see a figure that looks like King, but it's not fucking King. It is a king, and it is King Marco, goddammit. Marco the fucking Phoenix pulling up with his fucking Zone Devil Fruit, kicking them niggas back down the waterfall, bro. Like a nigga in one of my group chats said, they treating these niggas like fucking Team Rocket, and that shit is the most accurate shit in the world, bro. These niggas are not, they catching L's left and fucking right. It's like your fucking crew is damn near incompetent, bro. If they are like X'd out of the entire war, like the war entirely because of this, I don't know how I will feel about it, but right now I'm saying it's hilarious. But yes, those niggas are clearly like clowns. Like, what the fuck? But I loved seeing Marco pull up in all his Marco-ness, glasses on, wings out, like, bro, the fucking talons, like, oh my god, it was so fucking lit. I was so fucking hyped. Nekomamushi is also pulled up, and we saw a person with kind of like lipstick and kind of like a female face, but we know, well, I assume that is Izzo pulling back up to, you know, avenge or to get revenge for Odin. So this shit is just, oh my god, and we don't have a break next week. We don't have a break next week. Let's fucking go. Like Marco says, like, by the time y'all get back up here, it's gonna be a whole new age. Like, damn. Are we really exiting big bro? Because if these niggas was gone for 2 weeks off the first time, you know damn well these niggas not gonna be here for the war. Like, what the fuck? If they pull up, I'm gonna be extremely surprised. But yo, this chapter was fucking lit, bro. I give this shit like a 9.5. 9 out of 10. I really love the artwork. I really love the comedy here. It was very exciting. I'm glad I got to see Kid go crazy and finally do something that I want him or been wanting him to do. So yeah, it was great, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. Fuck with the Kid Sensei Leg Glove. Let me know what your thoughts of the chapter were down in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts of my review were. Fuck with us this weekend, man. We got AniTube Con 2020 going on this weekend. So subscribe to AniTube Con. I'll leave the link in the description down below. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of good panels. We got a Smash tournament today. Gloves Off will be tomorrow. So yeah, man, we got a whole lot of lit shit going on, bro. But yeah, this chapter's fucking lit. Next week we ain't got no break. We finna get back to it, man. Other than that, Sensei Leg Glove out.